Hello everyone and welcome back to Neopets! So the background today is a little bit festive because today is my birthday! Hooray! I am officially 31 now that it's March 7th, 2022. That's a weird feeling. Turning 30 was weirder, but now that I'm over 30, that's a little weird, but whatever. It is what it is. At least I'm still alive, right? Right. Today, I wanted to get into kind of like shopping in Neopets. Unfortunately, with technically all of the Flash games being gone, there aren't very many left to play. There's these ones here, and then like you can still play Solitaire and Pyramid and Cheat and stuff, but there's not a ton to do. So I've been spending most of my time on Neopets running my shop, which is here. I'll show you that again. I think I showed you on the last episode. So here is the Usuki Land Cafe, where we sell, drinks and sweets and treats and breakfast and lunch foods, stuff like that. It's been making me quite a bit of money, which is really nice. Let's go back to here. So I want to show you how I keep my shop stocked, and then I also want to show you how I shop for my Usuki collection that I'm doing, which is here in my item gallery, the dollhouse. So yeah, here's my Usuki and Quiguki collection. It's grown quite a bit since you've seen it last because my shop has been making me such good money. I'm able to have, I think I have 215. Yeah, I have 215 different items in my collection now, which is fabulous. So I'm going to show you how I run my shop, which is very, very simple. So basically you put items for sale in your shop through your inventory. So let's go to my inventory. I have a couple things already chilling in here that I want to put in my shop. You can either click on them individually and say put in your shop, or you can go here to the bulk or quick stock, I think it's called, and you can easily put stuff in your shop stock, your safety deposit box, donate it to the money tree, just get rid of it, put it in your gallery, put it in your closet, or put it in your shed. And I have very few things in my inventory right now, but if my inventory was full, you can hold up to 50 items, and then you can choose where you want to put them really easily. So we'll make use of this later when I've bought some things to put in my shop. But for right now, we're just gonna chill on my inventory screen. So in my shop, I can currently hold 200 items. This is also expanded since the last episode because it's been making so much money. And I'm out 44 its. So that means I've spent 44 items were purchased from my shop. I think I've let this go a couple days because I wanted it to be kind of a significant number for you guys. So I wasn't like, well, we got to go buy 2 things and then put them in my shop. I'm not going to force you to watch me buy all 44 items, but you'll get the gist of it. So you go into your shop till, and I currently have 6,300 Neo points in here because I have taken some out and put it into the bank so I can get my my interest up. This really is a capitalism simulator. It really, really is. But I have fun with it because it's not real money, and there's no harm that can be done really. So that's nice. So I currently have 42 grand in my wallet, I guess is what you'd call it. I'm not sure. But we're gonna go here. And then, so all of my tabs today, these are my Neopets tabs. I keep mentioning I'm neurotic, and I don't think people believe me. I'm very neurotic. I have a spreadsheet for my collecting. So the tab we're going to go to right now, this is my dailies tab. You've already seen this. This tab lists all of the Neopet shops by group. So we have the toys here, the pet shops, the book shops, whatever. So I'm interested in the food shops. The ones I go to most frequently that kind of fit my theme for the cafe are the food shop, the chocolate factory, the bakery, the healthy food shop, the smoothie store once in a while. Ye Olde coffee shop is right up my alley. Fairy food once in a while because they have cutesy things. And then I usually do the crumpet monger because she has baked goods. So I guess we'll start at the food shop. So we're going to go here, and they are currently out of stock of everything. They're restocking right now, so there's going to be nothing. So that's why you keep going to the different shops. Very often, what's known as a wipe will happen, and it'll wipe out the inventory of all of the Neopets shops. And then from there, they kind of trickle back in with new stock. So you just kind of have to keep wandering around until you find a shop that actually has an inventory and you can purchase. See, like the smoothie store already restocked, even though a lot of the other ones had it. So let's see what we can buy. So what I'm going to do is highlight this and then copy and paste it into the Jelly Neo item database. This gives me an approximate price, or it gives me a value for the item in question. So you can see this has been listed on Neopets for sale for like $1,100, but I'd be buying it for $1,000. So there's not much profit there, and so I'm probably not going to buy that one. So let's see this one. $14.75. That's a little bit better, still not great. UU Sensation Crockade. That's an interesting name. The smoothie shop I found doesn't have a lot of profit. $1,600. That one's not awful. We'll get a couple of these. So here you'll start haggling. I used to haggle a lot, but in the reality of things, it doesn't really bring the price down very much. And so I usually just go like, I'll pay you $1,100 for it. And if they say yes, they say yes. If they say no, I just pay whatever they're asking. Because it's not worth fighting for like 4 minutes over like 300 Neo points. It really isn't. Because stuff sells really quickly. As you'll see, sometimes what you're buying will just be gone. Like while you're haggling, they'll be like, oops, sorry, someone else bought it out from under you. So if you're dealing with rare items, it's better to just pay the full price and get them. So you know that you got them instead of haggling. So, because I've come across, oh, that sounds disgusting, a basil lentil alfalfa. Ugh. Because I've come across some rare items and I've actually missed out on them because I wasn't fast enough. People are watching for rare items. Like the one that I'm most upset about is, remember in the last episode where I went to the wishing well and I can't remember. Did I wish for, sorry, I'm trying to multitask and I'm not very good at it, especially when it comes to like reading and numbers. But I wished at the wishing well. I think I wished for the year 22 birthday bundle. And I mentioned the Usuki Land year 23 gift bag. Is something you can wish for because it's worth a lot of money, but it's not. You can get it from the wishing well. So, oh god, this is so complicated. So there's something called rarity on Neopets. And it's a number distinction. Things are, I think, from like 1 to 101, something like that. The wishing well only hands out items that are under, I think, 100 rarity. And so that one's not awful. And so the gift bag qualifies for that, but it's still worth like 350,000 Neo points. So I saw one in the shop and it was only $3,000. So that's a huge profit margin. And so I was like, yes, I'm going to buy that. And I went to buy it and it got bought out from under me because people are watching like hawks for things like that. Because those rare items are sold in the shops. It's just people are ruthless when it comes to acquiring them. So they just go in and buy. So you have to be very, very quick sometimes. I'm dawdling right now because like smoothies aren't very rare. I'm sure there are rare smoothies. They may have already been gone by the time we got here. I don't know. But there are definitely people who are professionals at this and are refreshing tabs over and over and over again to get the best deals. I'm not that kind of girl. I like to just take it slow. If I only make 300 Neo points in profit, whatever. You know, I'm not always out here hunting for the things that'll give me like 200,000 Neo point profit. Because I kind of like just being a little shopkeeper. even in real life. I think I've mentioned that before. That's always been something I like until COVID forced my social anxiety to like skyrocket. But you know, we all take different paths in life. I'm so sorry this video is very rambly and disjointed. I apologize. Okay, so how many things have we bought already? So we have 8 items in our inventory that I want to stock in my shop, and we have 44 slots in our shop open. So I'm going to be doing this for a while. Once again, it's just clicking or highlighting this, seeing if it's worth selling. So I can buy this for $645 and I can sell it for about $820. So I'll get it. It's fine. But I'll just keep doing this, haggling with the merchant, and I will meet you guys back in a little bit when I have all my items stocked. Alrighty, so I popped into the Neopian health food store and they have some things in stock. So I'm going to shop here as well. I'm more familiar with this shop. I don't go to the smoothie shop very often, only when they are the only ones that have stock. So let me get one of these carrot muffins. Alright, I'll give you $36 extra for it. It's fine. I think I have some of these in my shop. I'm not entirely sure. Oop. So this happens sometimes. Due to massive demand on the Neopian shops, you can only try and purchase one item every 5 seconds. So this is to keep auto clickers and bots from just buying out stores, which is really nice. Because like people take Neopets very seriously sometimes. Like there are people that like, for one, pay real money through like the official Neopian thing to get like premium perks on Neopets, but also there are people that pay real money on like a Neopets black market. There is a black market for Neopets. It is insane. I can't imagine, but that's just, you know, my prerogative, not for me. But I'm just gonna be, once again, clicking here, just making some purchases, and I'll be back once again when my inventory has the items I need, and then we'll start stocking them in the store. Okay, see you soon. Alrighty, I am back, and these are all of the items that I purchased from the various shops. So these two I had in my inventory just from doing my daily tasks, and I want to stock them because this one fits the theme. It doesn't make a lot of money, but it fits the theme. This one will get me a good chunk of change, so I want to sell it. But these are the items we got from the smoothie shop. And then from the sesame sticks all the way down to the mega carrot muffin we got from the health food store. Then I had to go to the fairy shop. So I got the space fairy cookie, light fairy cookie sandwich, and the chocolate cloud cookie. And then I finally ended up at the coffee shop. So I got an Akara seaweed panini, ice cream sandwich cookies, lime tea, heart latte, wharf tea, and pomegranate tea. So I'm going to stock all of these by going into the quick stock option and just clicking stock on everything in my inventory. I like to keep my inventory clear and keep most of my things I actually want to keep in my safety deposit box. One, because they won't get stolen by a random event, but two, it makes stocking my shop so much easier because I don't have to be worrying, oh, am I putting something I don't want to sell into my shop? It's just so much easier to go shopping and to restock your shop because I can just go down the line and say, yes, all of this goes in my store. It's super easy peasy. So I just hit submit and my inventory is empty. If we go back, so now everything is in my shop. It's not going to show right away, but if we hit order by cost, you'll see that we have 200 items stocked in the shop and all of the new items are here and they're listed at 0, which means they're in the shop, but they're not for sale. So now we have to set a price for them and then they'll be set for sale. So they're all right here, all the new stuff I bought. So once again, we're going to do a highlight, go into Jelly Neo and see what people are selling these for. 730. Okay, I like to go about 100 below, just so my stuff sells more quickly. Like I said, I'm not in this for like huge, gigantic profits. I always make a profit. I only buy things that are always profitable. So see, this tea sells for $17.50. I'm going to list it for $16.50, and I want to say I bought it for like 700 Neo points. So I always get stuff that's always going to be profitable. So even if it's just barely profitable, I'm never losing. So I don't have to like worry about what I'm charging really. $13.50. So this is going to be $12.50. And then we'll do the Cherry Berry Crocade. Crocade? Yeah, Crocade. $6.40. So $5.40. All right, I think you guys get the drill. I'm gonna list all the prices for these. I'll be back in a sec. Alrighty, so all my prices have been entered in. So now I just need to enter my PIN number to make sure everything is secure in the shop, and then hit update. And everything's listed now. So these are all of my items by price. Now that everything's been given a price, you can see they've been sorted in. So everything's in the shop, and we just wait for people to come by and purchase things, and then I take the money out of the shop till and I go shopping. Usually to replenish the shop, throughout the day I'll just check in, and if like 1 or 2 things sells, I'll just go buy some, restock them, it's whatever. But I saved up for this video so that we could do a little bit of a bigger restock, even though I didn't show you a ton. It is what it is. So now we're going to move on to the other part of shopping, which is collecting, because this is the reason that people buy items, is they're doing collections. For my shop, it's a little different, so I'm sure some people are collecting some of these things, but I think it's mostly to feed their Neopets, because you do have to feed your Neopets to keep them healthy. You can see here hunger bloated on Lady Kwaguki because she ate recently, so she is doing fine. So that's one reason that I went with food for my shop. I had a toy shop at one time, and it just didn't really move items because toys are mostly collector's items. You do have to play with your pet to keep them happy. That's what the mood is here. You can see she's content, but you can do that by grooming them, reading books to them, or playing with them. And when you play with them, the toy isn't used up like it is when you feed an item to your pet. It goes away. So toys are kind of infinite resources, so they don't sell very well unless people are collecting them, because some of them are super cute, like Usuki dolls, like I collect. But they're kind of an infinite resource, whereas food is more of a finite resource. So I made the switch over to food, and I am making so much money now. It's so nice. So I'm going to go to the bank and withdraw some money, and then we will get started on shopping for my next round of Usuki dolls. All right, be right back. Alrighty, so the first thing we need to do is actually expand my gallery. Currently, we can hold 215 items here, and I have no space available because I filled it all up. So what we're going to do is edit our description, go all the way down to the bottom, and the cost to upgrade my gallery, because I've already expanded it so much, it's $8,600 to expand it 5 spaces, which is quite expensive, but it is what it is. The galleries are kind of a flex. You can be like, oh, look at how much money I've spent on all of these expensive things, and that's kind of it. But that's kind of the point of Neopets, is collecting rare stuff and showing off to the community. It's not very deep. So now we can hold 220 items, so I need to fill it with 5 more Usuki dolls. We have $88,000 to do that, so I should be able to. And so I made this spreadsheet, and there are 4 main pages to it. The first one I want to go through is the unsorted page. So these are currently the Usuki dolls that I know, and Kwaguki dolls that I know are sold in the shop. So these are all available at the shop, but I haven't seen them in the store yet, so I haven't been able to compare their Jelly Neo price on the database here to what this shop sells them for. So like, see this Air Fairy Usuki doll, Jelly Neo says that it's worth 270,000 Neo points, which is a lot. But I think, I want to say that Usuki Land sells it for like 25,000, something like that. So if you can find the Air Fairy Usuki doll in the shop, buy it. It'll save you a ton of money, and if you can get more than one, good, then you can sell one for like $250,000 in profit. So this is this page. These are all the ones that I haven't been able to find in the shop yet to see what the shop is selling them for compared to what they're listed for on Jelly Neo. If something is highlighted green, that means that I own it already, but if it's not highlighted, I'm missing it. So you can see I'm missing most of these. Then we go to the lost page. So this page is Usuki dolls I've seen in the shops, and their Jelly Neo price is lower than what you would buy them for in the Usuki Land store. So I own all of these currently of the ones I've been able to find. This was the list I started going on first because I knew I didn't have to wait around for the shop to restock the dolls because they're more expensive there, so let's find them from user shops. So I did a good bit of these. What I want to work on today is the profitable tab. So this sheet is the dolls that I found in Usuki Land that sell there for less than users are selling them for. So see, this beautiful Bunches Usuki hair set sells for $2,400 in a shop, but at Usuki Land I think it's only like 800 Neo points, so of course you're gonna buy it there. So I own a good chunk of these, but not all of them yet. So I want to go to Usuki Land and see if they have any of these in stock right now. If not, we'll move on to the unsorted page and go shopping from there. The final page in my spreadsheet is the not for sale. So these are all of the Usuki and Kuguki dolls that are not for sale in the shops because they're too rare. They're like rarity 101 and up. Like you can see some of them, like this one is 2 million Neo points, the Elusive Usuki. I think there's one in here that's like 30 million. Yeah, the Usuki Leprechaun set. Is that 30 million? 3 million. There's a 30 million one I thought. I am not sure. But it's kind of outrageous. But I'm going to collect them all eventually. It's just going to take me a while. But these are the dolls that aren't sold in the shop. You can only get them from user shops because they came from like events and stuff like that. So these are going to be harder to track down. Whereas the other three are going to be a little bit easier because they can be purchased at the shops. So let's go to Usuki Land. So we have to go from the food category all the way down to toys. And actually first I'm going to stop in at the toy shop and see if they have any Kuguki dolls for sale. Because the toy shop is the place that sells Kuguki dolls and the associated Kuguki playsets and stuff like that. But they don't have any. The Usuki Land store only sells Usuki dolls. So here we go. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. I'm just gonna check this one real quick and see if it's profitable to buy it from here. It doesn't look like it is. Yeah, and I already own it. Okay. So the bridal set might be worth it. If I remember right, this one's expensive. The bridal set. Oh no, it's less. Okay. Okay, well, this wasn't super helpful. Yeah, I think I either have all of these or the ones that are left are not profitable. Farming Time, Paleontologist, Rainy Day, Slorg. Slorg was here, wasn't it? Yeah. 806. Yeah, this is cheaper, so let's get this. And we can haggle here, so that's nice. So let's go down to 700. Oh, not 7,000. She'll be like, sure, $7,000. I'll take it. Like, you have to be careful what you're typing in when you're shopping. It can get kind of scary. Okay, so we have the Slorg set. Everything else. Is not in stock. Okay, that's fine. So now we're going to go to the unsorted page and start hunting around. What can I afford? Let's see. I currently have 88,000 Neo points. So I could get the Astronomer Usuki. Let's go hunting for this. So now I'm going to drag this tab over here and we're going to go to the Shop Wizard. So the Shop Wizard lets you search user-made shops for items. So let's see what Astronomer Usuki is really worth, because my spreadsheet's a little old. Prices update in real time, so people could be changing their mind. Okay, so we already found one for price, but I want to see if there's one listed for a little lower. Yes, this is way lower. So we'll get rid of this tab. That's $3,000, almost under what it's worth. It's worth refreshing a couple times in the shop wizard to see what you can find, because sometimes people will lowball, especially with Usuki dolls, because they don't sell very well. Only crazy people like me are collecting them. So they don't sell for, I mean, they don't sell quickly. Like the food usually sells quickly. Once again, toys don't. So we're going to buy that Astronomer Usuki, and we're going to mark that on our sheet that we purchased that. And I could go after the Astrophysics Professor Usuki as well, because I have a bunch of money. So, by the way, this is what I've been spending all of my money on. After I bought clothes for my Neopets, I'm like, okay, Usuki dolls. Because I have no grasp on reality anymore. So this one's worth $12,400, and there's one already underpriced, which is good. I'm guessing these people bought these, and then they weren't, oh, that one's way under. They weren't selling well, so they just kind of want to get rid of them, and I am here to buy them. Thank you very much. As long as they're not, like, losing a ton of money, I don't feel bad about buying them underpriced, because it saves me money. And they're making the informed decision, I think most of the time, to list them for that low. I'm sure most people, like, know to use Jelly Neo and like figure out what people are selling these for. They're not just like, well, I bought it for $14,000. I'll put it as $10,000. It's fine. I don't think that's happening. So this one's pretty close to cost. Sometimes, actually most of the time, you're not going to be able to find things for under cost. I'm just getting lucky right now. So this one is a little bit above cost. Oh, it's still loading. Okay. At $5,400. If I could get under 5,000, that would be fabulous. There's 5,088. That's lower. See, some people are selling them for crazy amounts, and I'm not sure why. I wouldn't even buy the doll if it was worth 50,000, and Jelly Neo's like, no, you should only pay 5,000. I'd be like, okay, I'll wait. It'll come back up. Okay, so I think this is the cheapest one we're gonna find, and it is under cost, so that's nice. Come on, I always get so anxious when it takes a while to load. Okay, so Ballerina Usuki I can afford as well. I am pretty sure. I always have to double check. Yeah, it's still worth 9,000. So let's go back to the shop wizard and see if we can find one of these. That one's under price. That one's even more under price. That might be it, though. I don't think I'm going to find anything under 8,500. 8,400. Cool. I'll take it. I don't refresh a ton. You can like refresh too much and the site will be like, hey, you're refreshing too. Oh, 77. Yes. You're refreshing too much. You might be a robot. You're not going to be able to do this anymore. And then you're like, no, please let me back in. But yeah, so that's why I try not to refresh too much. Plus, it just kind of wastes my time. For the most part, after you refresh about 5 or 6 times, you know what you're going to be paying. So, yeah. How many dolls have I gotten? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. That's my 5 dolls to put into my gallery. So we'll close these and move back into here, and we'll pop them in our gallery. All right. So they're now in our gallery. So we're going to go to the item gallery. And you can see we're at 220, 0 space available. We're going to go into view uncategorized items, and we're going to categorize these. So I have 4 Usuki dolls and 1 Usuki playset. So now those will get put into the appropriate categories. If you go here and you're like, oh, I want to see all the Kukuki dolls in this collection. Boom. All the Kukuki dolls I have. Oh, I want to see all the Usuki playsets. Boom. All the Usuki playsets. So I have those little categories. At some point, I want to redo that and make it more themed, but while I'm still collecting a bunch, I think this is the best way. So here in my gallery, I have a little counter of what I have collected. So we need to go change that now that I've updated it. So we need to edit the description, go in, and I have 78 Usuki dolls and 116 playsets. So we update the gallery. And now that's correct. So now my count is correct. You can see I completed the Kwaguki sets. I'm not halfway with the Kwaguki dolls. I'm more than halfway with the Usuki sets, and almost halfway with the Usuki dolls. I have a lot more to collect. But that's half the fun. I mean, if I'm not collecting something, I don't know what I'm going to do on Neopets. So it's fun to collect stuff. But I'm actually going to leave this video here. I hope it's not terribly long. I haven't been keeping track of the time. So I apologize if this is overly long and overly complicated. But this is how I keep my store stocked, make money off of it, and then how I spend the money frivolously on dolls. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Bye!